What's going on, Buff Nation? Welcome back to another video. So after the game, Coach Prime had his press conference, obviously, and had a lot of positive things to say. Very, excited about the future and what is to come. Kept kind of really emphasizing, hey, we're just a few plays away. But a few people had some questions that just didn't really rub Coach Prime the right way, and he wasn't having any smoke about it and, laid a hammer down, which is why I love Coach Prime, because most coaches will try to give them some kind of coach speak or almost defend, what they did on the football field. But it's like, what are we doing here? I'm the coach. Like, what are you questioning? The first question is about 4th and 1. There had 2 times they didn't go for it and they punted it. And to be fair, I was like, why wouldn't you go for it? Because as a fan, I'm sure a lot of us are thinking that the offense is so explosive. You got Deion Sanders back there. You know he can make the play. But the chances you don't make the play and the field flips all of a sudden, now your back's against the wall. You put your defense that has its ups and downs, up against the wall, and the offense, more pressure on them. Kind of makes a lot of sense. And here's what he had to say about that when asked that question.
4th and 1s in the second half, 1 in the third quarter, and 1 after the third one that Brian asked about. You opted to punt on both of those. From your perspective, with the way the game was going, what was the rationale behind playing it safe there?
What if you don't get those? What happens? The other team gets momentum. They go down to score. Now you saying, oh, my God, he should have. You guys, you're going to second-guess every darn thing. I got it. I'm at practice every day. I know these young men. I'm on the headsets. I hear the calls. I know what's transpiring right there. I know the feeling and the mood of the team. Just so happens, I think we punted the ball to the 2? And then we held them, and they had to punt. What happened after that? We scored? Why you didn't say nothing about that? I think that was a pretty good decision, wasn't it? In my favor, right? Can we start off with that, about that great decision you made, Coach? I don't need you to slap me on my back because I'm good, because my arms can reach back there. But I really just want you to understand these decisions are based on knowledge. We're not guessing. They're based on what we do in practice and the situations we have in practice. I have situations in practice that I will say 4th and 1 on this yard line. Now, if we don't get it consecutively, what do you think I'm going to do in the game? That's what I did.
I love it. I mean, he's spot on because, look, it worked out. So it's even why would you even ask it? It worked out. It wasn't like it didn't pan in our favor where they went down and scored and it was like, hey, we should have went for it. We should have kept it. No, we punted it twice. One of the times we were able to, keep them pinned back, get better placement on the football field. And we ended up scoring because of it and controlled the game a lot more, right? I mean, he's 100% right. Like, I feel like we as fans sometimes we think, oh, well, Madden, I would have gone for it, right? Just give it to Marshawn Lynch, run up the middle for a yard. No big deal, right? But again, we don't know the team. We're not there for practice every single day. And what I love is a coach typically doesn't give you this kind of response. Just very blatant of like, dude, what do you mean? Why don't I go for it? I know we do every single day. I know we practice. I know how my team operates. Maybe I see something on the offensive line. Maybe the play calling just isn't there. We're out of rhythm. I'm not going to take a risk here because I know, most of the time we can get it done. And maybe your analytics say one thing, but my analytics say another thing. So that's what we went with. I love it. I thought it was very refreshing. And again, he's very polite to most of the reporters, but you ask dumb questions, you're going to get, dumb responses in a way. This next question here is short and sweet. He asks a question, and Coach Prime drops a hammer. Take a listen.
Threw it instead of running it. What was the decision there to not just run it and try to get that first down on the ground?
You've been watching us all season, right? Thank you.
This was towards the end of the game. There was 3rd and 1, and they chose not to run the ball. They ended up going for a throw. Shador rolls out. Nobody's open. They end up having to punt the ball again, which that was kind of towards the end of the game, which could have been a big momentum change. To be fair, I also questioned it when I saw it. I go, why wouldn't they just run it for a yard? But again, have they been able to run the ball for a yard effectively? No. I think just before that, they were just a yard away. They couldn't get it either when they tried to run the football. So, look, if they ran it, I go, why would you? I would have said, why didn't you just give it to Shador Sanders, your best football player on the team? So, obviously, the right call was made of passing, at least putting the ball in Shador Sanders' hand, allowing him to make a play. Nobody was open. Arizona was ready for it and prepared for them to throw it, and that's kind of how it played out. But again, just cutting in the bud, snip, straight to the point. Listen, you know what we do. And he's right. Like, you've been watching us, right? Okay, we throw the ball. We got Shador Sanders back there. Heisman favorite. He's getting the football one way or the other. Again, we're always going to question it. It's always easier hindsight too. Why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you do that? Look, from this yardage, from here's what we typically do, here's what we usually execute. That's how it rolled out. That's how it played out. So ultimately, again, we're going to have a full breakdown of the game. I think that the game had its great moments. It was almost a complete game for the Buffs. He even kind of opened it up because we got to find a way to win. That's what we're missing right now. And that's just something, that's building a team, building a culture. It's still young, but tremendous, flip from what they were and where they've been for the last few weeks. I mean, hell of a turnaround. After that Stanford loss, things could have really fell apart in the sense the team could have just given up. I know they haven't had any wins since then, but I felt like the momentums and the progress they've been making week in and week out, those are little W's. Now, nobody cares about those. I understand that. Nobody cares when morale wins. Just trying to point out a little picture here. Be sure to smash the like button, boys and girls. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.